Hi everyone. Well, here I go again with another one today. You know, some of our lads are creating now, the creators. If when they're doing the Wessons, I think they're trying too hard and not concentrating on making the painting, the scene, a real scene that you can make out. It doesn't need to be brilliant, but you have to make out the scene. Even no matter how rough you put it on, which it wasn't really rough, you know. Don't be confused. He wasn't that rough, was Mr. Wesson. He was a brilliant drawer, but he wasn't as rough as you may think he was with this loose painting. It was quite easy to recognise whatever he did. If it was a landscape, which is not a housescape, which he was brilliant at drawing, but you were able to make out what they were. So you try and do that, guys. Remember, it's a picture you try to do as well as something very rough. I forget myself sometimes, but I'm only just saying it of interest to you. If you ever recognise that you've started the journey of trying to. Wait a minute. You've looked at the Wessons and you like them. So that is more like a Fletcher Watson type, but it was clear enough to make out. Was Ted Wesson, in my opinion, no matter how rough it was at times with this painting, it was easy enough to make out the subject. He did a lot of ponds, which I try and do today, but they were all different. And well balanced more than anything. I would say he was a colour man for green, lots of greens. It was more subdued, of course. I've just come across some paintings I did quite a few years ago on wet canvas. And a non-deplume I was using was Alan Sam. And I've just seen that they've still kept them. I thought they'd thrown them all away, wet canvas, but I'm delighted to see they've kept them. But looking at them, I can see myself totally different in my painting. Here we go now. I'm going to try and do one of these loose paintings. We'll start with the sky, and I'm going to wet it a bit there. Totally unnecessary, but you'll have to be very quick. So I'm starting with that. Oh, wait a minute, I'll have to put the lights on. The house light parts. Here, wait a minute. That's it, that's better. That'll help the camera. So let's see how it's looking. Yeah, put that wash on there. And I don't think we'll do a... I've noticed I used to do it very, very more precise and more colourful. So let's do some colour. Now I'm going to use cobalt blue for a sky, which is the old skies you used to do when you was in Spain. The blue, the cobalt is that blue what they use in Spain. This is like a matte blue, if I can say that. This is a cobalt and a little bit of, can you see? A little bit of Payne's grey in it, that. I don't think it's not suitable though. So And just I'll not have any rough edges, and we'll just bring it down to that. There. Now we'll keep this the pond, which we're going to do, very light. Now with it being a water, we're going to have it a little bit higher up than a normal landscape. Wet that bit there and that. So we'll just have this a little bit. If it runs with a bit, this water don't bother. There we are. Now we dry that off now. Now the area I'm covering and the height is about better for you. So don't go and try and use a small lower landscape view with this. Now I'm going to use a brown colour, if I can get that. It's a brownish colour for the land part. So it'll be a burnt umber, and I may have to put a little bit of light red to it, and then very lightly try it, looking at it. Try a bit of lemon, yeah, into it too. Make sure we have enough to do it. Now, we'll just have a bit of land in this area. And we'll have a bit more land in this area. Now, this area here, I don't want to put too many spiky stuff in here. So what I'm going to do, I'll use this round top so that I won't be able to. So I'll get some lemon yellow and I'll put some burnt umber to it. And then I'll put some foreground there. Like that. Then I'll get some darker brown by putting some blue into that brown. We'll start with some indigo, which will give you a very dark cucumber green. Right, now put more yellow into it, and a little bit of warm red if you like as well. Now that's given us a green but we must not have it too greeny. Let's dirty it with some brown. So the green we'll bring in here. Darken it again with some brown. And then I'm going to use this other brush. Let's see which brush was I using. Let's feel it, look. That's a nice soft brush. Let's try that one. Here we go. Tricky. No, it's all right doing this, but we must be sure that we don't go away from looking like a painting. Queer thing saying, isn't it? And that. Now that's almost straight on from your palette list. This colour, I'm going straight into the paint, making it more opaque just for this area. Now there's not a lot there, is there? No, that's probably sufficient really. It makes it into a decent painting without a lot of work. Now you put some weight over this side here to balance that in a minute. But meanwhile, we'll come across with some really dark brown, you know. It looks very nice if we can get a really dark brown. Let's try a little bit of ultramarine and some burnt umber. That's a bit of weight there, isn't it now? Now you can have bits of dark, you know, without worrying too much in this area. Let's see. Sometimes I like a falling over tree, you know. Now if you want to put any, this is straight from the palette. Just a little bit less on. Just something a little different between. So you see, we won't copy that I don't mind if you're a new creator, it's alright. Because I know you are. I'm hoping you are anyway. Keeping an eye on what you're doing. Try and do your best. So all we'll do now is just put its branches in that. And as Edward says, what did he say? Don't give it artistic coloured diarrhea. It wasn't that, was it? What would they say? Something similar. I was wanting to get a nice leaning tree there, but you see that's too straight up, so I couldn't put this a leaning tree. Like blowing over a bit, you know. Now there's not a lot, quite easy one. That I thought would have gone darker. I think it would make a difference. It would have gone a bit darker. Let's have a see. Or all the time, aren't we? Especially me. I don't use black as much as Edward does in these. It'd be nice to. Not quite enough contrast. This probably a bit lighter. Not put that in, or put a smaller piece of it in and left it light, so that would have made that lighter, but left not use as much space in it. Anyway, thanks for looking in. This is only a cheap one of them cheap, very cheap one. I find the table is much better to use on the table. Hey, I'll tell you about buying tables. Only buy one with 4 legs. Don't get one with a single one on a leg at bottom. They're never ever stable. They shake like anything. You must have 4 iron legs each corner on a bar across. Don't buy a fancy table with 1 bar right down in the centre. These are bad enough with 4 legs. They'll move about. Really, they should be rubbers on bottom. See now, that's dried down to that colour, hasn't it? When you're using mine, don't forget, if you can put my name on, but you don't need if you're a creator. You can't do that, can you? Don't put my name on, just do one. But don't do it exactly. Oh, you're over there, I am. I'm just looking for my little microphone. Bye bye, take care, love you all. See you again tomorrow with a bit of luck.